York judge Raymond Dearie now has the responsibility to review more than 11,000 documents seized from former President Trump's Mar-a-Lago residence. The Justice Department is expected to appeal the federal judge's decision to deny access to some of those records. For more, let's bring in Tom Dupree. He's a former senior Justice Department official in the Bush administration, and he's argued more than 90 appeals in the federal courts, including the U.S. Supreme Court. Tom, based on federal Judge Aileen Cannon's order, are there avenues for a successful appeal by the Justice Department?
Catherine, I think there probably are. Judge Cannon's decision by any terms was extraordinary. We've never been in a situation like this, and so it wasn't as though she was applying clearly existing law. I think that her decision raises very complicated questions of executive privilege. It raises questions about whether you could even bring a challenge like this. So I think the Court of Appeals is going to have a lot to chew on legally.
So let's take that further. Walk us through a potential appeals process.
Sure. Well, the Justice Department is going to move in the 11th Circuit. That's the federal appeals court that oversees Florida. It sits in Atlanta. And they will present their case to a randomly selected panel of 3 judges. Now, the judges on the 11th Circuit tend to lean conservative. In fact, President Trump appointed some of them. But you never know who you're going to draw. And, of course, you never know how any Court of Appeals judge is going to see these issues. So the Justice Department is going to go ask the 11th Circuit to reverse Judge Cannon and basically put the kibosh on the special master.
Is there any possibility this could get to the highest court, the Supreme Court? And if it did, what issues are likely to be on the table?
Look, it could go up there. My gut tells me it's probably unlikely. I don't think the Supreme Court is going to see this case as presenting issues of law that it really needs to dive in and resolve. In the chance it does make it up there, if lightning were to strike and the Supreme Court takes this case, my guess is the thing that would interest them most would be this question of executive privilege, namely whether it could extend to the documents that were seized at Mar-a-Lago, whether a former president of the United States could even invoke executive privilege to begin with.
Judge Raymond Dearie, a veteran jurist, has been appointed as the special master. What's his reputation?
He's got a great reputation, Catherine. He has sat on the federal bench in New York for many, many years. He's a former prosecutor, highly respected by everyone in the legal community. In fact, I'm still amazed that this is the one thing that Trump lawyers in the Justice Department could agree on, that Judge Dearie would make an excellent special master. His reputation is that he's tough, but he's fair, and I have no doubt that he will take this job exceedingly seriously. And he's got a lot of work ahead of him. He's going to have to plow through thousands of documents in the weeks ahead.
Is it relevant that Judge Dearie sat on the National Security or FISA court and approved this final surveillance warrant for Trump campaign aide Carter Page? As you know, the Justice Department's watchdog found those surveillance applications by the FBI were riddled with errors and omissions.
You know, I would say that is an interesting coincidence, but I don't think it's going to have a huge impact on this case. There doesn't, at least now, appear to be any sort of direct connection between what was going on at Mar-a-Lago and the FISA warrant that Judge Dearie decided. I think it really shows, if anything, that this is an area, namely classified documents, surveillance materials, that Judge Dearie is very, very familiar with. It's in his comfort zone. He knows what he's dealing with, and so I think he'll do a pretty good job as the special master.
This week, CBS News reported more than 30 people associated with former President Trump were part of alleged efforts to influence the 2020 election, and they've received federal grand jury subpoenas. Based on your decades of experience, what does that tell you about the case? Is it in its infancy or far advanced?
Well, I would say it's getting towards the advanced stage. I mean, when they're sending out 30 grand jury subpoenas, that's a very significant number. And what it tells me, number one, is that the Justice Department is casting a broad net. And number two, that they are putting a lot of resources into this investigation. The Justice Department doesn't issue these grand jury subpoenas because it wants to do a fishing expedition. It does it because it thinks there's something out there. I think they're trying to get information on the events that led up to January 6th. They're trying to get information on the fake elector plans and that sort of thing. And they've identified a lot of people they think might have information the grand jury wants to hear about. Some people a little removed from the former president and some people who are quite close to him.
Tom Dupree, thank you.
Thank you, Catherine.